And what is up, everybody? It is Super Bowl time. I hope you have your red panties out because tonight we have a great matchup between the 12-4 Oakland Raiders facing off against the 10-6 Green Bay Packers. And join with me tonight is none other than the star himself, Mr. Soden. What is going on, brother?
What's going on? I don't think I've ever been referred to as a star. But, yeah, it should be an intriguing matchup. A little bit of controversy coming into this Super Bowl. But I guess when you've played 92 Super Bowls, you're not immune to controversy. But ultimately, we have the two best owners right now going head-to-head. We have T. Hoyt's Oakland Raiders versus Kylo Ren, however you want to pronounce him.
Hey, wait, have you not seen Star Wars? It's Kylo Ren, brother. Come on, man.
Princess Leia's Green Bay Packers.
There you go. That sounds a lot better. So, tell me, what do you think about this matchup, man? I mean, you see the two guys on the screen right now. Tell me what you think about what's going to happen and what we should look out for.
So these two guys have very, very good stick skills. Hoyt has some experience. He is 1-0 in the Super Bowl here in Soden Bowl. Ren is a rookie coming in, but I played him right at the end of the year. And he's good, man. He's good on offense. He's good on defense. Excellent play calling. He's going to be a tough matchup for Hoyt to stop in the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, and I think, it doesn't matter really what team Hoyt gets. He's such a beast on the stick. But, man, I am very... So, we have to talk about this. The last game that the Packers played, who did he beat?
So, in the NFC Championship game, he took down... Who did he... He took down the Bears, I believe.
No, he took down the Seahawks.
Oh, that's right. He took out Taco King.
I mean, come on. You don't remember that?
Taco.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, come on.
And Taco was the hottest owner in Sim League coming in. I mean, nobody seemed to be able to match up with him on offense or defense. And Taco pretty much handled that Falcons team who was playing really good. It's going to be a tough matchup for Hoyt. I'm thinking this Packer team is going to be should get about a 10-point advantage here against the Raiders.
And just as you're talking, I want to introduce the third member of our party tonight. He is your sideline reporter, Al Ferreira. Al, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Are you looking forward to this matchup?
I'm interested to see it because it's a test for Hoyt and a test for the new guy there with the Packers.
You got your Hennessy? You got your bottle of Hennessy out?
Jackman. So.
I took the last of my Four Roses single barrel whiskey because I figured what other night to drink the rest of that than tonight? I mean, I'm not drinking too much. I'm not going to be blitzed by the end of the telecast, but I wanted to get in the spirit of this. This is a great game. I'm excited. I'm excited for all things Madden. So, guys, we are going to kind of talk about a couple of the playmakers here. The first one I want to talk about, Aaron Rodgers. Tell me a little bit about Aaron Rodgers, Al.
I mean, he's having a great year this year. If you look at the stats, I think he's still at the top of the board, passing leader. Speaking of that, he's a great leader. He's led this team to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron. How could you go wrong?
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's one of only a few quarterbacks to go over 4,000 yards this season. Wow. 4,185 yards passing and 36 touchdowns.
So what do the Raiders have to do to stop Aaron Rodgers?
So they need to get pressure on Rodgers, which is a lot easier said than done. Ren does a very good job of getting the ball out of Rodgers' hand and mixing up his plays, both with the run, the pass, the play action. They need to make sure they're not out of position. Just play your man, play your zone. Don't overcommit to anything and keep everything in front of you. I think that's what the Raiders need to do. Don't give up a big play on offense, because that Raiders offense is pretty electric themselves. So keep the game in front of you. Don't make any mental mistakes. I think that's the best way to play Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and I think that you're right about that. You've got to be safe about it, but not, you can't just be too aggressive either. While we're speaking about the Oakland Raiders offense, Al, tell me a little bit about Derek Carr and what we should expect from him tonight.
Derek Carr's another guy who's found himself at the top of the charts throughout the season. I mean, he's a stellar quarterback. He's getting the job done despite what that team looks like on paper. If you looked at that team, you wouldn't think that they'd be playing in a Super Bowl. But if you've actually watched the games that this team has played through the season, they've excelled in all aspects, and they've really showed up on the field, and that's where it counted. And here they are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point about that. They actually traded a bunch of their older players in their offensive line. I believe I have emphasized this on other broadcasts and even one of my shows. Their average starting lineman is, I think, around 67 or 68. So what he has done with them, obviously, a little crazy there, but what has been done with these Oakland Raiders has been phenomenal and outright surprising. Wouldn't you say, Soden?
I do. And for me, that Oakland Raiders offense, the X factor to me, having played these guys twice, already this season, TJ Logan, the running back, he is the X factor in this Raiders offense, because when you think you can stop the pass, you have a running back who only carried the ball 170 times. He did get 977 yards. He's almost averaging 6 yards per carry. And he has another 300 yards out of the backfield. So to me, that Raiders X factor is TJ Logan. If you come out, if I'm T. Hoyt and I come out in this game and the Packers are seemingly moving that football, I think I need to sprinkle in a little more Logan in here, kind of slow the game down and go from there. Now, if the Raiders can get a lead, then they can kind of fall back on Logan too, because, averaging 5 to 6 yards per carry, that's a tough out on third down.
Yeah, so Al, tell me a little, have you spoke to either coach, and if so, what have they told you?
I wasn't able to get with the coaches, unfortunately, due to the hype surrounding this game. I will try to get to some of these guys. I'll do my sprints, my 40-yard, 60-yard dash from one side of the field to the other and try to get these guys, in game. I don't want to bother them too much because this is a pretty important game. But from what I can tell from these guys is that they're both ready to go. They both have their game plans. It's just time to kick off and show up. That's all they could do at this point. There's no more prepping for this game. This is it. They're here now. Yeah,
we pretty much, I think you're absolutely right, Al. We pretty much hyped this game up all week. We've been waiting for it. I shouldn't say all week, but, the last few days. You're right, man. These guys are just lasered in. They're focused. Probably got a couple strippers. Didn't have time to talk to the media. I was told that they had some hangovers that they had to nurse. So that was a priority for some of these guys. But man, are we excited. So why don't you go ahead and let them know we are ready to go whenever they are. Guys, some final thoughts. Do either one of you have any final thoughts you want to go over? And here's, obviously, we don't know a lot about Hoyt with this team, but do you guys want to give some predictions before we hit the field?
Yeah, so I guess I'll go first here. Having played the Packers and just seeing how well he did in the playoffs, absolutely dominating a good Dallas Cowboys team, and then dominating the best team in the league with the Seahawks, in my opinion. I really have to take Green Bay in this one. I think Green Bay wins by 10.
What about you, Al?
That's a tough one here because I know Hoyt's play. Packers guy's a little bit newer, so I haven't really got a chance to see his game. But based on experience, I'm going to go with the Raiders. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to say it's going to be within a 6-point game.
I like that. Guys, if you're in the chat right now, give us some predictions. Who do you think is going to win? Both of our broadcasters have picked the other team, so it looks like I'm the tiebreaker here. Let's see what you guys think before I give my prediction. I want to see what everyone else thinks and what they think is going to happen in this game. Hopefully we got some good football. I'm I'm hoping that we don't have a blowout. That's the only thing that I'm I don't have a dog in the fight. I guess being in the AFC, I would sure love to have the AFC win this game, and I'm a big Hoyt fan, but I tell you, man, watching Kylo Ren play the last couple weeks, man, he has turned it on, especially in the playoffs, man. This guy's been averaging, I think, at least over 30 points in the playoffs. It's going to be tough to stop this offense, but if anybody can do it, it's going to be T. Hoyt. So, guys, let's see some predictions in the chat. With that,
yeah, so looking at this Raiders team, they actually are the third best team in offense as far as points per game, and they're also the third best team on defense in points allowed, allowing just 16 points per game.
Wow, that is something. And, we talk about it. It's not just, Aaron Rodgers doing it on the offense. It's the defense, too. It looks like both defenses have been pretty good, especially forcing the turnovers. So it's going to be an exciting game. I think that both of you guys make some very good points about what we can expect and what we can have in store. I'm just super excited. Maybe it's the mushrooms I ate a little bit ago, but man, I am excited for the. Just kidding, by the way. I do not eat mushrooms. I can't even well, no, honestly, I can't even eat mushrooms. I can't even have mushrooms in the house right now because my pregnant wife would kill me. She is just repulsed by them. So, yeah. Anyway, we are getting close to kickoff, and
we're on the field.
We are? Oh shit. For some reason, that was not going over there. So, guys, I do apologize. We are about to kick off here. We are underway. The Packers are going to receive the ball first. They're going to bring it out. They're going to get about to the 23-yard line. So that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for this offense.
So the number 7 offense gets the field first here against the number 3 defense.
Absolutely. And guys, I just want to say before we start this broadcast, you have me, Alpha Heel, Brian Mumford on the play-by-play with Sean Soden, the owner of the league, calling the color commentary tonight. So we do appreciate all of you joining in. And we have Al Ferreira, our sideline reporter. So with that being said, first down, Aaron Rodgers does complete it. Only gets about 3 yards on the gain there.
Yeah, interesting play call. Come out throwing against that Raider defense.
Yeah, the Raider defense has been pretty solid all year, even though the ratings don't show it. So, 2nd and 7, and Rodgers is wasting no time as he throws the ball again. Nice little drag route. Looks like the receiver was trying to get that first down, but the momentum carried him out of bounds.
Yeah, good job securing the catch first, but it looked like he could have reached out or maybe done a stutter step there to get the first down.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. And one thing I know about Hoyt, 3rd and 2 situation, this guy is clutch. I should say 3rd and short. If there's anybody that can stop it, it's going to be him. So they're going to pack the line there with 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver on the field. Aaron Rodgers is making some changes here. Looks like they're going to put the wide receiver in motion, do a toss play, gets to the outside. Jones gets it. He looks like he stepped out of bounds, but he gets enough for the first down. Actually, a 12-yard carry.
Yeah, and that was a great job by the tackle pulling outside there. He actually blocked 2 people to let him set the edge.
Yeah, so 1st down and 10. Great play call by the Packers. They're going to come out in a single back formation. Rodgers hands the ball off to Jones again. It looks like the stretch there or a zone. And he doesn't get anything on the carry. Actually picks up 2 yards. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and long.
And there's that good Raiders defense right there. That was a nice play.
Absolutely. So looks like they're mixing the play calling quite well. Not run heavy or pass heavy thus far.
Yeah, look, Kylo Ren's doing a good job of mixing up his plays here. It looks like he keeps Oakland off his toes. On his toes.
Play action. Aaron Rodgers, plenty of time, but he gets sacked. He drops the ball, and Oakland picks the ball up. It's going to be 1st down and 10.
Oh, that was a shot Aaron Rodgers just took. He got thrown to the turf, dropped the football.
And guess who it was? Josh Allen, the high-rated rookie out of Kentucky with the sack. So 1st and 10, play action. Packers bite on it. Plenty of time. He rolls out. He just has to throw the ball away. Great great coverage by the Packers.
Yeah, and smart move throwing that ball away too. Lived to play another down.
Yeah, we talk about that in previous telecasts. So live to play another down. So this is going to bring up 2nd and 10, and Carr again spreading the field, shotgun formation. Looks like he's making some changes. Plenty of time, but it looks like, I don't know if that's Kenny Clark. No, Daniels with the sack.
Yeah, and I thought Derek held onto the football a little bit too long there. It looked like he had somebody open up on that the quick slant there, and he just missed him.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed about that is that this defensive line of the Packers is ferocious. So we'll see if they can get more pressure on this weak offensive line. Throws it up to his receiver, one-handed catch, and he drops it. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 20.
Yeah, that sack was huge on that drive because it pushed Oakland out of field goal range.
So instead of kicking it with it, they're starting out in a beautiful possession there. They're forced to punt it, and they're going to punt it right out of the end zone. That's going to give the Packers another chance here.
Yeah, and I wonder if there's a little bit of rust there on T. Hoyt's side. He did have a little bit of time off here before the game, so that may play a role here early in the game.
And that definitely could play a role in the game. He could be a little rusty, but Packers seemed like they were doing pretty well until that sack. So we'll see if these sacks are the difference maker in the game. So he does pass another drag route to his tight end. Aaron Rodgers is 3 for 3. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 situation.
Yeah, and that's Jimmy Graham out there who caught that ball.
And Al, I don't know if you're there or not, but I want to bring you in. I want to see if you spoke to the Packers coach after that possession. I do apologize. We are having some difficulty there, so we will bring Al back. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7, and Aaron Rodgers is spreading the field here. It looks like they are going 5 wide. Rodgers to his tight end, Graham. Graham jukes, gets the 1st down. Looks like they do try to strip the ball, but it is enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, and Graham's had a bit of a resurgence this year in that Packers offense. He's having a very, very good season and a chance to win a Super Bowl here. Good game so far, too.
Yeah, great game thus far. Aaron Rodgers is coming out in an I formation here. It looks like he's got a tight end, and they are shifting the line over to the strong side. Play action, roll out for, nice. Wide open is his tight end. He does get the 1st down. Nice catch by Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Graham's 4th reception, and we're still in the 1st quarter here.
If I am Hoyt, I'm going to try to make sure that I am focusing on that tight end. So they are actually going to bring, as I speak that, they're going to bring in 3 tight end set here. They do pinch the line. Aaron Jones with the carry gets enough, about 3 yards on the carry there, maybe 4. Actually 5, sorry.
Yeah, generous spot there.
So that will bring up a 2nd and 5 situation. Single back formation yet again for Aaron Rodgers. Man in motion. Jones nowhere to go. The Raiders are ready to stop that play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great defense there.
So
this is a big 3rd down.
It is definitely a big 3rd down, and it's looking like thus far that this is going to be a good game. No one is going to pull away. Now, that's yet to be seen, but both teams are playing pretty good here. Plenty of time for Rodgers. Rodgers throws a comeback route. Wide open wide receiver Valdez-Scantling for the 1st down. They're in the red zone, and they are on the drive.
And the future Hall of Fame quarterback shows exactly why he's going to be a Hall of Famer. That was a tight window. He got it in there for a great completion.
While most players would have probably threw that halfback angle or something in the middle, he went to the outside. I love it. Jones with the outside run. Raiders whiff on the tackle. He gets all the way down to the 6-yard line. That's going to bring up a 1st and goal.
Yeah, it looks like he originally was going to take that ball up the middle, but that Raider defense really sold out in the middle, and he bounced it outside for a great gain.
Shotgun formation. Nice little inside draw to Darkwa. Darkwa doesn't get anything on the carry there, but, you know, T. Hoyt knows a little bit about this Orlando Darkwa, doesn't he?
He sure does. He he won a Super Bowl with him back.
Yeah, that was his favorite running back back then. So Packers maybe throwing a little shade his way, but they are coming out in a very it looks like goal line set here. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not goal line, but too tight into running back set. Plenty of time for Rodgers. Roger high points to pass. Almost gets it intercepted after the tip, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal situation at the 4-yard line. If you are the Packers offensive coordinator, what are you going to do in this situation?
Yeah, if I'm the Packers here, I think I try to run the ball up the middle, maybe a draw or something, catch that Raiders defense off guard.
Yeah, and it looks like they are coming out in a shotgun with 2 tight ends to the right. They're going to pass. Rodgers gets sacked by the edge collapse on him, and it looks like Deion Jordan with the sack. That's going to bring up a 4th and goal, and that's going to end the quarter as we go into the second quarter 0-0.
So, Saints fan in the chat, Dr. Gloomsburg, just posted something a little humorous here. He said, that's the most action Jimmy Graham has seen since he was a Saint.
And he's probably right about that. Oh, it looked like for a second he missed that field goal. There's no win in here. You better not miss that, but he does tack on the 3 points.
Yeah, and that's a good field goal here. It's the second quarter. Need to show something for that long drive. So 3-0 Green Bay.
I totally agree. I don't know what they're doing here. They kick it out of bounds. I don't know if there's some lag with that, but man, they kick out of bounds, and that's going to give the Raiders great field possession here. You are watching the SBSL on the Soden Bowl Network. I am your play-by-play commentator, Brian Mumford. Joined with me today, the owner and creator of Soden Bowl, Sean Soden, on the color commentary today. So we do appreciate everybody that's watching, and we want to say that if you are watching and this is your first time and you're interested, definitely give us a like and a follow on YouTube. But if you're interested in joining, you can go to sodenbowl.com/welcome. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Looks like he drew themselves offside. That's going to drive him back 5 yards.
Yeah, that's just a boneheaded play there.
2nd and 11. The Raiders are going to come out. Looks like to be a tight formation here. Play action. But boy, the Packers are ready for this. Levante David with the sack.
Yeah, he got the pressure right up the middle there. Not much Carr could do. He faked that handoff, and he had the guy right in his face.
And now we're starting to see that offensive line that we talked about before this game start to crumble and collapse in a bad situation here. One team that has a great line and great pass rush is the Packers. Wow. Carr has all the time in the world. He has to toss it up. Beautiful pass to his wide receiver. Wow, what a pass.
He had all day to throw there. I think he had 10 seconds or more in the pocket.
He had all the time in the world, but man, he just floated that. That's what we want to see in Madden. That type of pass right there, where you floated over the defender. He's got a guy behind him and in front of him, and he floats it right in there. That was a beautiful pass by Derek Carr. That brings up a 1st and 10 at their 25, at the Packers 25. Packers do bring the blitz. The out route is there. They do pick up the 1st down. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yeah, he put that pass right where it had to be, because if he misses that thing, he's just a little late on that throw, but the Packers intercept that thing and bring it to the house. Awesome throw.
All right, so I want to bring on our sideline reporter. Al, what are you hearing down on the sideline?
Well, the Packers, despite that wonderful drive, they are feeling a little laggy in regards to that. So They need to pick up the pace. I was able to get with the Raiders coach before this drive. He said they need to minimize their defensive mistakes and put points back up on the board offensively here as they're driving down the field.
Yeah, great job, Al. Thank you for the insight. That's definitely something to watch for here. So we go into 2nd and 15. Raiders, oh man, look at that. He just rolls right off of that right guard. Kenny Clark, that's a guy that we didn't talk about before the game, but man, with this offensive line, this guy's going to eat tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they put Oakland right where they want to be, it seems, in this game. 3rd and 20.
Yeah, not a great start for Oakland, especially with that offensive line. I'm sure Hoyt is getting frustrated by the pass rush. Probably not used to playing with such a crummy offensive line, so he's got a little bit of adjusting to get used to. As he goes down, yet again, this one's Darius Smith.
Yeah, and that's just a blown block on the outside there. He should have been able to hold that block. He didn't. And it looks, he misses the kick. He comes up a hair short, hits the crossbar on that. The Raiders blow a chance to tie the game.
Yet another chance for the Raiders, and they do blow it. This offense for the Raiders is not looking good thus far. Looks like toss play to Jones. Jones has an open alley here. Spin move. He is going. Number 24 saves the touchdown, but the damage is done as he crosses midfield all the way down to the Raiders' 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was an absolutely sick spin move on the sideline there. He still had a good 10 yards on that carry. Then he performed that spin move and was off to the races.
Yeah, so that's going to bring up a 1st and 10. They are coming out in a single back formation. 3 wide receivers on the field. He throws it up to his wide receiver. Cobb cannot come down with it. Looks like that was a high point pass. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I throw that ball up high there. I think if he kind of threads the needle, he may have a chance at a touchdown. But throwing that ball up there, it allowed the defense to come in and make a play.
Yeah, and you do risk the chance of the cornerback jumping up and making the catch there. So that does, I could see why he did that. So with that being said, they do get a couple yards on 2nd down, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and long situation here. As we roll. All right, let me see if I can reboot this. There we go. Now we get to see a commercial. This is brought to you by Boost Mobile. The worst cell phone service in the world. Boost Mobile. As my lovely wife brings down the rest of my 1792 small batch Kentucky straight bourbon, and we are still...
Yeah. So while we take a pause here, it looks like the Packers are off to a fast start here, especially on offense. Hoyt is showing a little bit of rust, but he's doing a good job. He's still in this game. Just 1 or 2 plays kind of just separate these two teams.
Yeah, and I'm having technical difficulties. It says there is an error. Oh, so I do apologize.
It's the actual Twitch feed, it looks like.
Okay, let's see if we can get this sorted out. I'm going to bring up the graphic here. So I do apologize, everyone. This is not standard. I don't know if there's... Seemed like they were having some connection issues to begin with, so...
Yeah, we're back on the field here, Alpha.
Good.
We have a 1st and 10. The Raiders actually have the football on their own 30-yard line, down 6-0.
I see it now. All right, 1st and 10. Looks like he only gets about 1 yard on that carry. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. What do you look for? I mean, if you're the Raiders, what do you have to do to get this offense started?
You got to close. They have to close. They were down near field goal position on drive number 1, in field goal position drive number 2, and failed to execute the field goal. So they just need to do a better job of executing down once they get in field goal range.
Yeah, and then as you say that, Garrett Carr throws an absolute horrid throw. They've got to just be consistent on offense. He's got to find something that's going to work. Thus far, nothing has worked. This offensive line has completely let them down. Hopefully they could get something going here as we draw down to 2 minutes in the second quarter. Nice throw by Derek Carr. He must have been listening to us up in the box. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10.
Wow, what a catch. I actually didn't think he was going to have a shot at that, but he did get his toes down. Nice catch.
Absolutely. Thank you, XCFL Reloaded. Thanks for tuning in. Another great Xbox Madden League, the XCFL Reloaded. So, 1st and 10. Man, Packers are on the move. He must have stole their lunch money because they are after him like a dog in heat.
Yeah, I don't know what Oakland can do here to try to get some kind of a better pass protection on Carr, but they need to do something, and they need to do something fast.
Whew, I put a little bit too much whiskey in my Coke here. Oh, Carr goes down yet again. Okay, so if I tell you the over or under 15 sacks on Carr today, what do you pick, over or under?
I'm going to take the under because I think Oakland adjusts at halftime and shore up this pass.
Man, they've got to because they are looking really bad. And 3rd and 23, I'm surprised Green Bay didn't call a timeout. If I'm Green Bay, I call a timeout. But it looks like Oakland, they're not wasting the clock. They want to try to get this overthrown by Derek Carr. That's going to bring up a 4th and 23. And the Packers have another opportunity to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and if you watch Carr back there, it looks like he had a little bit of happy feet. He's used to getting sacked. He's kind of looking for that pressure when it's not there. He needs to just stay calm and deliver that pass.
So when we go into halftime, we are going to talk to our sideline reporter. Hopefully he can get a word with our both coaches and let us know what he's hearing down on the field. Maybe he's got some insight on this. So, as we go into halftime, we will be talking to our sideline reporter, Al Ferreira. 1st and 10, and man, they are on the 1 yard line. This would be a great opportunity for the Oakland Raiders to get on the board here.
Yeah, watch that pressure.
Gets it out to who else? Jimmy Graham up to the 8 yard line. If I am the Packers, I may just try to convert this and go into halftime because you're on your 8 yard line. There's no the way that your team's been playing your defense, there is no reason to force something up and give Oakland another opportunity.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Aaron Rodgers, a complete dart to the middle of the field to Jimmy Graham. Man, I am focusing on Jimmy Graham if I am the Raiders. That is one of the adjustments I am making at halftime.
Yeah, and that's a good job of Aaron Rodgers stepping up in the pocket, delivering a safe throw over the middle to Jimmy Graham.
Oh, nice little draw play. Jones doesn't decide to go up the middle of the field there. Spin move gets to 48 yard line. Now, if you're the Packers, now you're thinking field goal, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is why he's in the Super Bowl and we're not, Brian.
Absolutely, that and a little bit of, never mind. Anyway, 1st and 10 at the 48 yard line. Shotgun. Oh, he gets it to Graham. Graham does get tackled behind the line. They are going.
He threw that ball out his ear hole.
He threw it out of his ear hole. You got to love the animations there. 2nd and 14. They are still going with the trip formation. Aaron Rodgers, plenty of time, gets it to his underneath wide receiver, Randall Cobb. He does not hold on to it, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 14. If I am the Packers, I'm probably going to run a draw play here just to get out of this quarter. It doesn't look like that, though.
I don't know. They're just 10 to 15 yards away from a potential field goal attempt here.
Yeah, but if you don't make it, you're giving Oakland the ball back. Oakland gets it off to their tight end on a delay route there. That's going to bring up 4th and 14. At this point, yeah, if I'm them, I'll kick it right out of the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like, wow, he probably didn't mean to do that. He has given Oakland an opportunity. No, I don't know if the best choice there, but they do bring him down. That is going to bring up halftime. Al, tell me what you're hearing down on the sideline.
I spoke with the Green Bay coach, and he said that, they just got to leave it into the hands of their MVP Super Bowl quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's doing a great job picking that defense apart. So the game plan is working for them. I'm going to try to get with the Raiders, outside of the halftime and see what I can get from them. But Green Bay just said they're keeping their momentum going, and the game plan is working so far. So
Yeah, we'll get with you here in a couple minutes to see what you found out from Oakland. Thanks, Al. That was great insight. So we are going to Oakland's getting the ball here. So they actually nice return there, all the way up to the 33-yard line. I don't know if they're pausing because
Yeah, we can get back to our halftime show here. He had to. They couldn't pause there right before half, so he actually had to kick it off before they could pause. But yeah, very, very good half here. Looks like Hoyt is shaking off a little bit of the rust. I look for Hoyt to run the ball a little bit more this half. Maybe play a little bit more aggressive on defense and kind of highlight Jimmy Graham down the field. See if he can kind of user him out of the game.
Yeah, but then I do apologize, but then he opens up the wide receivers. Is that something that you're going to be worried about if you're the Oakland Raiders?
Well, I think you have to. You have to cover Jimmy Graham. You have to make Jimmy Graham the focal point of your defense. He is absolutely destroying that Raider defense right now. Aaron Rodgers has 84 yards passing, and 56 of it is to Jimmy Graham.
That's a good point. Al, have you spoke to the Raiders coach yet? And if so, what were you able to find out?
I did get a little bit of insight from him. He had mentioned, of course, Jimmy G. You gotta stop that guy either way. And he's having a tough problem, passing in these laggy conditions. So those type of things need to be worked on. Maybe the game plan needs to be changed a little, but overall, he still feels confident. It's only a 6-point game. He's still in it.
Yeah, he definitely still in it, Al. And one thing you mentioned about the lag kind of reminds me of like a really rainy, muddy game because it's just really dirty and it's hard to do anything. So that's a good point.
I think it's affecting both ends of it. So it
definitely is. Yeah, because we see both kicks.
And Derek Carr only completing 42.8% of his passes. I think that's the story, along with the pressure that he's getting. Derek Carr is normally a post 60. So Aaron Rodgers is sitting right at that 60% mark. So I look for Hoyt to kind of slow the game down here in the second quarter or the second half, and just kind of help that offensive line out a little bit. See if he can get some swing passes to Logan. See if he can get the running game going here. Take some of that pressure off of Derek Carr in that offensive line.
Yeah, and he may want to think about some max protection here. If I was the Oakland Raiders, I would probably put my running back set the block every single possession. That is definitely the story. If they do not get Derek Carr some protection, this is going to be a long game for the Raiders because they cannot just sit there and rely on their defense because it looks like the Packers were able to drive. If they're able to put some more points on the board, it could be a long night for the Raiders. So.
Yeah, fortunately for the Raiders, it was just 2 field goals because you're right. It could be a 14-0 game right now.
Absolutely. And you could let these guys know they can go back on the field. Anything else you want to add before we go back, Al?
Just a little bit from Green Bay. I was able to get in touch with him there just a moment ago. He mentions about, like I said earlier, sticking to the game plan, and he's surprised that he hasn't seen many blitzes from the Raiders defense. So, he's able to maneuver with that, having time to get to Graham. So
yeah, that's definitely a good point. And Graham has been the most effective weapon in this game. I'm actually kind of surprised because if you look at the stats, Graham hasn't been his biggest factor in the game. So we're going to take us back down to the field as the Oakland Raiders start possession here.
Yeah, I guess we should have spoke of this at halftime. What an outstanding season Sim League was year one. Absolutely. It was awesome. It seemed like anybody could win at any time during the week. Any team, any matchup.
It was definitely fun, so. That's going to bring up 1st and 10. Play action. Man, they were in the backfield again. Like you had said, the swing pass, and I think that's what that was, to his running back, and he does pick up 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of that pass rush. It's coming. There's nothing the Raiders really can do about it other than just, adapt their gameplay, hit those swing routes, make the Packers pay for sending pressure.
And if you notice, the Packers are now blitzing a lot more, that they know they can get pressure on Carr. So that'll be interesting to see. As Josh Jacobs with the carry, that's going to break up a 3rd and 1 situation here.
I really thought he had the first down on that one. I'm not quite sure what happened in the hole there, but it looked like that was going to be a big gain.
It did. They're going to come out in a 3 tight end set. So he makes a little bit of adjustment here. Runs off. A nice spin move by Josh. That's not Josh Jacobs. I'm sorry. That is Logan. Not to be
Yeah, it's the
confused.
rookie running back Logan. He was just 3 yards shy of 1,000 yards this season, but he only had about 150 carries.
I'm thinking of Jacobs because he had him in real life. But the Chiefs actually have Josh Jacobs, who had a hell of a year. I do believe he was the rookie of the year.
He was.
1st down 10. Raiders are at midfield. Let's see what they can do with this. Play action. Nice pass by Carr, getting to his receiver at the sideline for the 1st down. They are in business. What a drive by the Raiders.
Yeah, and that run, those 2 runs by Logan were huge in the swing pass because it really neutralized that pressure, and they were able to do the play action. And if you watch that linebacker core, they really bit on the run on that one.
And this has been the best drive for the Raiders thus far in this game as they come out in the pistol formation. Run to the tight end, I believe. I don't know if that's a tight end. Oh, no, that's Ty Montgomery. He just wears that weird number. 1 yard carry on the game.
Yeah, and I like that play call because there was pressure coming up the middle, getting outside. The Packers just did a good job of being able to chase him down.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 9. If you are the Raiders, are you just looking to be safe and put points on the board, or are you looking to score a touchdown here?
He just needs points here. Just a field goal gets this Raider team back into the game and some confidence.
I agree. No reason to get aggressive here, but they are going Fort Versa. What do I know? He does get it away before he gets sacked. That's going to bring a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and he was looking for Logan out of the backfield again. I think he was just a little late throwing him the football on that one.
They are at the 23-yard line. They are in business. 3rd and 9, and the Packers only have 3 linemen here, so unless they blitz, they're only have a 3 lineman set. Plenty of time for Carr. Carr runs up the middle, gets the 1st down. Huge play by Derek Carr, doing it on his feet.
Yeah, and Green Bay is fortunate that they didn't just allow another 15 yards with that hit. Carr was going down with the slide and then was hit on the upper body as he was sliding. But you hit the nail on the head there, Brian. Only a 3-man rush. Carr stepped up and took advantage.
Absolutely. So the Packers are showing blitz here. Let's see if they follow through with that. Run up the middle by Logan. If Logan wouldn't have spun, he did have a little bit of a hole opening there, but regardless, he only gets 1 yard on the carry.
Yeah, a little bit of a rookie mistake there for Logan, but let's see what he can do the rest of the game.
It's definitely not as bad as Trent Richardson when they used to show that video of him missing the hole completely, but nonetheless. Oh, man, Derek Carr gets sacked again.
Yeah, and he had a receiver open on that slant again. Actually, it was the comeback route on the bottom. He had him for a brief second. I don't think he saw him. I think he was anticipating that rush.
Yeah, but yeah, and I think you're right. He was definitely anticipating that rush, and it looked like he was kind of flustered. I've been in that situation when my entire line gives up, and you just stand there and you're like, oh God, when am I going to get sacked? And that looks like exactly what he did. 3rd and 17, they are coming out in a spread formation there. High point pass. Does he come down with it? No! He does come down with it, but not 2 feet in.
Yeah, and that was close. That hit actually rode him out of bounds. Great job by the safety back there to take him out of bounds.
If you are the Raiders, do you call do you check and see if that's a touchdown or not?
No, because I really do think he can't. I don't think he got a single foot in on that one.
Great catch, but just he has to know where he's at in the end zone. So,
yeah, and I was looking for the Raiders to kind of play safe there, do a draw, and just kind of get it closer for the field goal. He took a shot to the end zone, and he almost took the lead.
Yeah, you're right. But it's only a 3-point game. Hoyt's playing.
That's right. And I like the fact that he didn't waste that timeout because a 3-point game, you might need that timeout
later
on defense or on offense.
Yep, absolutely. 1st and 10, Jones almost gets stripped. It looks, and there's no better user in this league that can strip the ball. It is Hoyt. He is awesome.
Yeah, and Hoyt's got a little bit of confidence here that defense has been able to rest.
Yes.
So this is a big drive here for this Raiders defense.
Absolutely. The Raiders look like they are anticipating a run up the middle. They are leaving that slot wide receiver wide open. Gets it off to Graham again. And man, another first down for this Packers team.
Yeah, Graham ran an inside out on that one, and he did a great job of selling that inside and was wide open on the out.
And man, he does love him some tight end here. So, shotgun formation, Aaron Rodgers, play action. Oh man, did he get a hold of the receiver? It is on the defense. Wow, huge play.
Yeah, and it looked like the defense was actually going to come away with the football on that one. I think bumped the receiver.
They are coming out in I formation, starting at midfield here. Packers get sacked. The edge collapses on him. Number 95, Josh Allen.
Outstanding pass rush on that one. He actually had Jimmy Graham over second there. If that rush does not get to him, he's got about a 15 to 20 yard gain to Graham.
I totally agree with you. He probably was afraid he was going to get hit. Throws it to a screen, and man, the Raiders were closing in quickly yet again.
Yeah, and Hoyt does a great job on the screen there. He doesn't over pursue. He actually holds his ground and covers the running back and takes him down.
And that is why he is one of the best users in this league, because of things like that, just little things like that. He is pressing the line there. He is not afraid of these wide receivers beating him. Rodgers, plenty of time. Gets it over to the middle to Scanlon. Scanlon gets smacked by number 42, the safety.
And number 42 did a great job of getting his helmet down on the football and knocking it out.
Absolutely. In real football, that would probably be a penalty, but not in Madden. Nice play by the Raiders. They're going to start at their own 3. And Hoyt is able to get up to the 10-yard line. If you were the Raiders, do you let that ball go?
I really thought he should have let it bounce into the end zone, but I mean, in Madden, they take some crazy bounces. I don't blame him catching that thing.
Yeah, because if he set that to bounce back, he could be stuck on the 1-yard line right now, so I agree. Toss play to the weak side. Nice spin move by Logan. Nice juke. Getting about 8 yards.
Yeah, and Logan got no help on the outside there. He went outside with 2 defenders and 4 blockers, and they still let that defender get through.
Yeah, Logan, great run on that play. He definitely looked like he was dead to rights there behind the line, but he was able to pick up 8 yards. A nice carry. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2. Play action, and they get the car yet again. Levante David with his 2nd sack of the game.
Yeah, and if they would have actually given it to that running back, he would still be running right now.
Yeah.
The sea parted up the middle there, but, the play action, and all you can do is watch it happen.
Well, one thing I like about Hoyt, he's not afraid to be aggressive and ballsy. Situations like that, most guys are going to take the run and get the first down. He wants to see if he can go deep on that. I like that call.
Yeah, we've had a big 3rd and 12 here for this Raiders offense. Their defense did a good job, but I think the Raiders really need to convert a first down here.
And this is crazy. It's 4th quarter, starting in the 4th quarter, and the score is 6-3. Would you have ever guessed that? Why we are highlighting 2 offensive players?
Oh, and down goes Carr again. That's a huge sack. They're going to be punting from their 3-yard line. Yeah, that's just crazy. We have a Super Bowl that's 6-3 right now into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, so that's going to be they're going to have to punt it all the way down to the 40. 38-yard line. Nice punt. That could have been a lot worse. But it does. They'd still get good field position, but not as good as what they were anticipating there.
Yeah, it is good field position, but a great punt. He got him out of got it out of the shadow of his own end zone.
Nice run stop there by the Raiders. I want to bring on our sideline reporter, Al. Al, what are you hearing down on the field?
Packers coach said simply stick to the game plan, play the defense, keep the blitz going. They're not able to pick it up well. Oakland, I'm going to see what I can get from him just after that drive there. So
Now,
I'll get back to you with some Oakland.
Al, before I let you go, does he sound worried now that they put, the Raiders were actually able to make a successful drive, or does he still seem kind of calm and confident in this defense?
I would say he's still more calm and confident in what's going on. He still has the offense. He still has Aaron Rodgers. You can't count them out with that. He just said, we're sticking to the game plan. We know what works.
Oh, wow. Yeah, good point, Al, and thank you for that great reporting. The Raiders almost intercept that. That's going to bring up a 4th and 12. As we're sitting here talking, the Packers have to punt again.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Hoyt. Looks like Hoyt has adapted on defense. He's doing a good job of taking Jimmy Graham away. He almost took the football away on that one, and if he would have came down with that interception, I think he takes the lead on that play.
I totally agree with you on that. That would have been a pick six. But, like Al said, it looks like the Packers are relying on their defense, but they also know that they have Aaron Rodgers on the offense. So let's see how they play this fourth quarter with the Raiders. Give the ball up the middle. Logan, nice little hole there. Doesn't get a lot, but he gets enough. Just 4 yards. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 situation.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. These two teams sport two of the best passing attacks in the league. And, both teams really can't get anything going. There's been no touchdowns in this game so far.
You're absolutely right on that. There has been none, which is pretty surprising as we highlighted these two high-powered offenses, and we are brought with a 6-3 game. So let's see what they can do here as the Raiders come out. 2 running backs. Play action for the Raiders. Excuse me. Nice little drop-off to his tight end. Nice trucking move. He gets a first down, and they are in business. They are at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a good play there. He was wide open. That play action really sold that defense. So great job. I'm looking for Oakland to kind of go over the top here soon. This Raiders offense is known for the big play all year long.
They are, and the Packers are playing this pretty aggressively, so that would be a good time to do that. So looks like they are throwing it underneath to the running back. They're going to pick up about 4 yards on the gain there.
Yeah, that's a good job. It makes it a 2nd and manageable here. 2nd and 6. You can kind of do anything here.
And that's one reason why the Packers are in this situation, in this Super Bowl, because of the way that the Raiders, because of the way their offensive plays. They don't go for too much. I mean, the long ball wasn't there, and he doesn't have to go for it. So, great job by both of these guys. They are not, I don't think there's been an interception thrown, if I'm not mistaken.
No, there hasn't. And Derek Carr just missed a wide open receiver deep over the middle on that one.
Yeah.
That's a tough play. If Carr wants a Super Bowl ring here, he's going to have to complete that pass.
Definitely agreed on that one. So 3rd and 6, shotgun formation here. It looks like they have 3 wide receivers and a tight end in the slot to the right. Let's see what they're going to do here. Carr, plenty of time, standing back in the pocket. Over to his running back. Face mask on the penalty. So not only do they pick up a lot of yards on the game there, they also get 15 more yards because of the face mask.
Yeah, that was a big play. The penalty's huge too, but this is what the Raiders offense looked like all year. That ability to go over the top and take a defense out in one play, that was the Raiders this season. So it's nice to see them get back to their game plan.
And the Packers seem to be falling a little bit because they are relying too much on this pass rush as they run the ball up the middle to Ty Montgomery. Great play call there because they are able to pick up 9 yards on the carry.
Yeah, and that defense flowed with the running back in motion on that. With that mountain zone run, they went to the outside, absolutely opened up that hole up the middle. Great play call.
And that is going to bring up a 2nd and 1 with I-twins formation here. They are ready for the run up the middle, and they do stop it. A loss on the gain there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
So if I'm Hoyt in this one, I do not try to force the ball here. A turnover would absolutely be devastating. A field goal ties the game, and they clearly have momentum. So if I'm Oakland, I probably try to run the football here.
Yeah, and we know how Hoyt plays. He's not Mr. Conservative, so let's see if he does go for that. 3rd and 3 again in the I-twins formation here. They're going to run the ball stretch, and they were ready for it. There's a 2-yard loss on the carry, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Yeah, and this is a huge kick here for Oakland.
If you're Oakland, you have to be happy because you've scored 6 points in the second half while allowing the Packers nothing. So that's going to bring up
and he gets the
tie.
kick. He gets the kick there. It is a tie game with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so 6-6, 3 minutes left. What a ball game, folks. Thanks for tuning in yet again. You are watching the SBSL Super Bowl, sponsored by Allied Plumbing, all your plumbing needs in the Colorado Springs area. I am your play-by-play commentator, Brian Mumford, otherwise known as the Alpha Heel 7. With me, the owner, founder of Soden Bowl, on the collar, Sean Soden. Thank you all for watching. We are having ourselves a good game here, so let's see what the Packers can do. Wide open, Jones. Nobody out there on him. What happened on that play?
Well, it looks like the user was caught out in no man's land there, and then he came in with the motion instead of staying outside with the running back. Great read by Aaron Rodgers.
That's why sometimes it is very difficult to user, against the running back because you don't know what he's going to do. There's so many options. If it's me, I like to user the slot or the tight end because it's a little bit easier to do that. First and 10 regardless. Nice coverage by the Raiders, but they do let the middle open. They leave the middle open, and Randall Cobb is able to get a first down as the clock winds down to 2 minutes.
Yeah, and this is a huge drive. This may be the game on this drive here for the Packers.
It definitely could be, but Packers missed an easy field goal earlier, so this could be this is not a gimme. So as they run down, they are going to let the clock wind down to 2 minutes. And the last time we bring Al up, Al, have you talked to the Packers? If so, what are they saying?
Packers are still optimistic about the game plan. They said that they do need to, let up a little bit on that, on the blitz and focus more on the play action, which wasn't working, but seems to be working late here into the fourth quarter for the Raiders. I was also able to get with the Raiders coach Hoyt, who also mentioned that he needs to get to Rodgers more. He feels that their spirit is broken since the middle of that third quarter, and he needs to put the pressure on that offense and get the ball back with at least a minute to go to win this game.
Thanks for the awesome sideline reporting now. That is a great point. They do have to get to Rodgers. They've done a great job of containing him thus far here in the second half. So as we wind down here, 1:55 left, 2nd and 7, plenty of time for both teams. And Rodgers gets sacked yet again by Deion Jordan.
Yeah, and he went to the quick slants. It was interesting. It looked like he came out to run the football there, and then he checks down. He audibles to the quick slant, and he does not get rid of the football quick. He waits for that route to develop deep and takes the sack.
Great defensive play call by Hoyt there, because if there's one play that'll stop the slants, it's that Tampa cover 2. So 3rd and 15, they are coming out in shotgun formation, and boy, the Raiders bring the heat there. Graham, oh no, he gets the first down. It looked like they had him behind the line, but he was able to catch that and get past the first down.
Yeah, and it's interesting that rush coming off the edge was going to get there, and the guy fell down. Looks like he lost his footing. He may have been able to get to Aaron Rodgers on that play before he could get the ball off.
And that could have killed this drive. So instead, we are talking about a 1st down and 10 at the 28. The Packers tossed the ball there to Jones, and the Raiders were looking for that toss play because you saw the safeties come down in the box as soon as he saw that wide receiver go in motion.
Yeah, and if you're T. Hoyt and the Raiders, you do know that the Packers are probably going to play a little conservative here. They are in field goal range.
So the Raiders with no timeouts left, and they are packing the box here. Another I-form formation here. 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. Run play, another stretch to Jones. Jones looks like he's doing the limbo there. Gets down to the 26-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Man, this could get really interesting. If I was Oakland, I may have left one timeout on the board there to ice the kicker.
Yeah, that's a good point. Again, that rust, Hoyt hasn't played in a while, so he may have overlooked that.
He has played such a great game, and we want to thank Hoyt because he is going to be taking over the Patriots next season. Had a little bit of drama there, so he was able to play the Super Bowl. Thank you, Hoyt, for doing that. As we come to the fourth down, it's going to be 4th and 6. They do try to strip the ball, and man, they were not able to do it. But as the clock winds down, this is not I am not saying that this is going to happen easily. They very well can miss this field goal.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. The Packers take a timeout with 15 seconds left on the clock there. I'm not quite sure why they didn't take it down to 1 or 2 seconds.
I'm not sure either. As they come here, 8-mile-per-hour wind, they do have the wind at their back. Let's see what they do here. Oh, no. He missed it. He shanked the field goal. Like we said, it wasn't a gimme. With the lag that's going on in this game, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah, and, we talked about the Packers being conservative down there. I wonder if this changes the philosophy of the Packers' offensive play calling in overtime. Should this game go to overtime here, do they play more conservative when they're down there, or do they try to go for it?
Yeah, it looks like they're in a prevent defense here. Yeah, you got to feel for Kylo, man. He had that game intact. He was about to be the Super Bowl champion. That's got to sting, especially with this lag. So 5 seconds, as we wind down, 5 seconds left, 2nd and 10. And it looks like they're still going to go try to go deep here. Hopefully they don't pull.
I'll tell you what, Kylo
Alpha.
almost had a second shot at a field goal there. Derek Carr almost coughed that football up.
Yeah, I saw that. So they're just going to run the ball up there. I was going to say, not to throw it in your face, but man, it's a good thing he didn't pull a alpha there and throw a touchdown.
That's why I said if they go to overtime.
Too soon?
Too soon.
All right, looks like the Packers are going to get the ball first.
The best way to take down that Broncos defense, just throw it deep.
Throw the Hail Mary, man. Throw it past the safety and everything. That was, oh gosh, that was luck. I didn't even feel good about that after that. But anyway, I mean,
that was a great game. Great game. It was a classic.
Definitely was.
Definitely a Sim League classic, that's for sure.
Yeah,
a lot of classics this year.
For sure. And we have lag. Are you seeing that too?
Yeah, I just got it. Looks like he got the throw on the outside to Cobb.
He couldn't bring it down, though. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 and some lag. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 and lag.
Yeah, I just refreshed the stream myself here. I didn't see the completion of that reception.
My porn tabs work better than this. What is going on? This is crazy.
Well, I think EA had a lot of I think they put a lot of resources towards their broadcast of some of their franchise options that went down at 9:00 Eastern time today.
Well, now we're watching a commercial with the Army
7:00
and a
Eastern, my apologies.
Little puppy. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, National Guard, Army National Guard. And I get to watch another commercial during the Super Bowl.
And
yes.
This commercial is brought to you by the second commercial.
If you weren't interested in joining the Army National Guard before, you better be interested now because they just played another Army National Guard commercial. Twitch is really hammering this BS ad stuff. Anyway, I am not able to watch this. Do you see the game?
No, he has it paused right now, it looks like.
What the heck is going on? Yeah, sorry, everybody. That's what happens when you do a live Super Bowl, man. Like, anything can happen.
So while we have this commercial, let's actually get Al on the field here. I want to know what Al thinks about overtime and some of the key weapons here for either the Packers or the Raiders.
Well, with the Packers, I think, as he mentioned to me as well, with going to Graham, he wanted to switch it up. And I seen he's done a pretty good job of that. I haven't really seen him get much to Graham, but the Raiders have been putting the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. And like the Packers said at halftime, he didn't see the blitz. Well, the Raiders have been bringing that blitz, and it is real laggy down here. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and it looks like the teams actually took a timeout here, so we actually go to a commercial break. So during the commercial break on the field, let's talk about overtime here, Brian. If you are the Raiders, do you stay with as aggressive as you were in the fourth quarter, or do you try to change things up a little bit here?
You mean on offense or defense?
On defense.
No, I mean, I play the way I have been. I mean, you're forcing Aaron Rodgers underneath, and it's not always working. I mean, why get aggressive and get crazy when you've allowed, or, only allowed 6 points? Play your game. Play what you've been doing. You could easily force a turnover. If not, you could easily force them to punt. So I think it's a good shot that they are going to play their game. So what about you?
Yeah, if I'm the Raiders, I stick with the game plan that has succeeded in the second half. Looks like we're coming back down to the field. Looks like we have a 3rd and 1 for the Packers.
3rd and 1 for the Packers. Wish I would have caught that. Oh, the Packers have the ball. Yeah, that's right. They had the ball before. I didn't know if they had a punt or not. So, wish I would have known what would happen, but, gotta love the connection here.
Yeah, the connectivity is a little shoddy in this one so far, so let's hope that we can.
While we look at the stats, though, Derek Carr is a measly 50%, while Aaron Rodgers is 64%.
Yes, but he did pick it up a little bit. He was
he did. He
sub 50
did.
going into halftime, so he's doing a good job. Both teams roughly 150, 160 yards passing. Aaron Rodgers' completion percentage has also went up. He's at 64.2.
Totally agree with you on that. I think as we watch this game, both quarter. I don't know. I feel like I always jinx these players when I make these graphics because it's like, hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Except for Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack went off the hook on that last game. But other than him, I mean, I've kind of jinxed these players. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Really? Oh, here.
Yeah, we couldn't sing Return of the Mac because the Packers just absolutely dominated the NFC
and I've been drinking. I would have definitely sang Return of the Mac. So I don't know any like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I guess I could do that one or
So a huge 3rd and 1 here about midfield for the Packers.
Oh man, he don't know what he's gonna do with that defensive line. Tosses the ball to the left. Nice play by Hoyt, using that linebacker and being patient enough to wait for him to go to the outside. If he was not there, that would have been a 1st down.
And then he played the cutback at the very end there. Most guys would have whiffed on the cutback and he would have picked up the 1st down. But Hoyt, as you said, was patient enough and pursued the ball and then waited for the cutback and made the tackle.
Which is why he is one of the best users in this game. 4th and 2, nice spin move by the Raiders. They're going to come up to about the 25-yard line. A little over 5 minutes left. Obviously, in this game, Super Bowl, there will not be a tie, so we could possibly be here by midnight. And if that's the case, I could be passed out by the 2nd overtime.
So I'd like to remind you guys the overtime rules. Now that the Packers have had the ball first, any single point now scored by either team wins this football game.
Oh, nice pass there by Hoyt. Going with the play action post dig shot to the wide open wide receiver there. Man, what a play by the Raiders. Now they're at the 42-yard line, and all they need at this point is just a field goal.
Yeah, but that field goal seems to be a hard commodity here.
Oh, and he goes! He is all the way! Here is your Super Bowl champions, Oakland Raiders!
And absolutely phenomenal run by the Logan on that one. He was off to the races.
And for some reason, the Packers came in the middle and went all out blitz, and the Raiders were able to deflect that. Tyler Hoyt is your Super Bowl champion. What a play by your Oakland Raiders. There was not a touchdown on the board all game. And what else do you expect in overtime from Hoyt but a touchdown to end this ball game?
Yeah, that was. I'm still in shock at that play call, and then that move on the outside and off to the races. I really thought Logan was going to be an X factor in this game, and he really was, especially in overtime.
Great game by both guys. Man, this has been fun to call and fun to watch. Probably one of the funnest games I've ever had the chance to call, just because I love defense.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely a defensive game until overtime.
Wow, what a game that was! Man, I mean, I just got goosebumps as he like I saw it. I said, if he gets past this guy, he's gone. And sure enough, man, that was it. What a game! Derek Carr, a year removed, they had thought about picking up the quarterback from Oklahoma, Kyler Murray. They did pass on him to get the pass rusher, Josh Allen. They stuck with Derek Carr, and look what it's done for the Oakland Raiders. They are your SBSL Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, what a great season for the Oakland Raiders. That roster is something a lot of people, most of the league, would probably pass on. But when you look at the statistics and the domination the Raiders had most of the season, this is definitely the best team in Sim League, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Al, do you have anything for us as you're down there at the sideline getting champagne sprayed all over you?
Wow. That's all I got. Wow. I can't. I
Yeah.
mean, from the field goal to the lag overtime to the blitz, live or die by the blitz, I guess. And wow.
That's that's a really, really good point you just made there, Al. You live and die by the blitz. And we talked about
I
that
do.
Packers pass rush all
Yeah.
game long. And then it looks like that pass rush missed Hoyt with a great play call to the outside with Logan. And I think because of the pass rush, he was off to the races.
Yeah.
What a move. I mean, it was a great game. I enjoy. I mean, I had probably the best view in the house. And I just want to say one thing, Sean, listening to you down here, you're like a little Gruden Jr. up there, man. You got a little Chucky in you in the voice.
He
up
does,
there,
doesn't
man. Right. He
Maybe
does.
a little bit there.
I hear what's he called, the Y banana split. I want to hear you say that on Thursday night.
The Y banana split, huh?
Yeah, whatever that play call he does, the spider Y banana split.
That was an amazing game.
What
guys.
a great game, man.
It was. And
yeah,
hats off to
fantastic
Kylo Ren.
ending.
I mean, gosh, man, that has to feel sickening to the stomach to miss that field goal. But, man, he had an awesome season. He took over this Packers a little late, but, man, what he did with them was just something of beauty. Hats off to him because he played a hell of a game. But hats off to Hoyt. Took over this team, had no idea what type of strengths they had, played his game, and end up winning it. That's the type of Madden player that brings it every single time.
I'll tell you what, that defines professionalism. Much like Hoyt's military career, he's a professional, and he comes into the Madden League. He has to step in for somebody, steps in, plays the game of his life, wins his second consecutive Super Bowl against an owner who I think is the best owner in the NFC, in Kylo Ren. So this Packers owner, they are going to be a constant force in Sim League from now and into the future. I really like what I saw from the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you cannot say enough about the way that the Packers played. I mean, if there was no, I mean, obviously, if there's no lag, there's no this, who knows what would happen. But, man, this guy's going to be in a Super Bowl again. If he sticks around Soden Bowl, he will, it may not next year, but he will be in the Super Bowl again. Played his ass off, beat a very good Taco team. Taco is probably, I think, the best user in SBSL. I see this guy just steamroll in any league he's in and completely dominating him. Now, obviously there was madness, but man, Kylo Ren is a great player. He will be back. He will bounce back from this loss. I can guarantee you that.
Absolutely, and he has a chance to build and mold the Packers into the team that he may want them to be. Because let's not forget, he took over that Packers team just a little past midseason.
And while we wind down, we still want to Hoyt hoisting up that Super Bowl trophy. But Soden, tell us what's going on this week. Tell us a little bit about the offseason. Tell us what we can expect.
So this weekend, actually Monday, is going to be the draft. Monday night, we are going to have the second draft. It is an actual rookie draft. So they're actual rookies, just like we did year one with the Sim League. And then we're going to have a draft show. Word on the street is Brian, myself, and Big Al are going to host that draft show. It looks pretty cool. I've had a chance to look at some of the content for that draft show. It looks pretty amazing. I think ESPN is going to eat its heart out on this one.
Yeah,
But,
and guys, if you haven't watched one of our draft shows, go on our playlist. We have a video of our last year's draft. I could tell you this year is going to be better than last year. We've got Big Al, who is our draft guru. Al, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. We got Big Al, our draft guru. He has been working his ass off. I had to say, man, if there's not a harder worker in SBSL than Al. He's doing his due diligence of just having everything ready at his disposal for when this comes. We're making graphics. We're going to make it special for you guys. Make sure to tune in. We will be broadcasting it. Al, what do you have to say about? Are you excited about the? Obviously, you got to be excited about the draft, right?
Secretly, I always say, "Oh, this sucks. I hate doing this," but deep down inside, I love it. I love it. I'm a stats dude, and you are the guy who brings it to life. It's how it works. It's how it's always worked. So I
Yep.
appreciate you for doing the hard work that you do. So I'm excited to get it done. The wife and the approval, I am good to go.
Yeah. Well,
Let's make it a show.
Al, I just caught word that you have a chance to actually you're with T Hoyt 51 now. Is that true?
Let's see. Am I?
Hoyt, are you there?
Big Al, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Not much. Just, trying to die down from this after party.
I know it's your Friday night, and I don't know if that was a little pregame interview that we had that meant something, but man, what a Super Bowl, dude. You stepped in and you did us a solid, man. Wow, dude.
Man, let me tell you. Dude,
what do you got to say, man?
Surreal. That's my Packers team. I started with that team, and I had to
dismantle them tonight, or what?
Unfortunate, but it was a great game. Yeah. Dude played a hell of a game.
Yeah, that was.
Madden gets you sometimes, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Now, Hoyt,
yeah,
I have to ask you,
I think the lag got you both.
That last play, that infamous toss to the left, were you anticipating that middle blitz, or did you just kind of throw caution to the wind on that one?
No, man, it was actually an inside zone, and I took the inside zone, and I knew he was coming because he had that linebacker heat all game long, and I saw him come up, and that's when I knew I had to step it outside, and I got lucky because his safety dove too soon.
Hey, Hoyt, Soden here. Congratulations on your second Super Bowl win. Brilliant job. The play of the game for me, watching your stick skills. I think it was in overtime. It was a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and 2, and it looked like the Packers were going to convert the first down. They ran to the outside. You pursued with them. He did the juke, and you didn't bite on the juke. You made the tackle in the backfield. To me, that was the play of the game. Did you know he was going to the outside on that run, on that play?
I actually did, and the only reason why I knew is because the last 2 3rd and shorts were a toss, and he flipped them both to the left side. When I went, he had 2 pulling. I think he had a pulling guard and a pulling tackle. I don't know what it was. It was weird, but both linemen were out front of him, and I just went off that shoulder. The first 2 times he cut up field, and that time he didn't. I ate it up that time. I got lucky.
So Jimmy Graham gets 6 catches for 56 yards in the first half. The second half, he had 1 catch for 8 yards. What did you adjust to focus on Jimmy Graham? What did you do to box Jimmy Graham out in the second half?
Well, you can ask Al. He asked me a question at halftime. He said, "What are you going to do? What is the adjustments?" And I said, "I got to shut down Jimmy. I got to shut him down." So I took the linebacker and I basically just sat on him the entire time, and he didn't hit him. I had a couple plays where I could have had a pick because his check down to Jimmy, he had to make another throw, and I think I had 2 CPU drops on picks, but I had to shut down Jimmy, and that's what I told Al at halftime.
So the early word in the league right now actually going to take over the New England Patriots team. Tom Brady may retire at the end of the year. Is your focus in the draft going to be quarterback, or do you think you already have the quarterback in New England to succeed Tom Brady?
No, I looked at Tyree, and Tyree is, I guess, according to our last draft, is nothing like Tyree in real life. So I will address the quarterback situation. No, I don't know if it'll be in the first round or the second round, but it will be in one of those 2 rounds.
Awesome. What are some of the other targets you might be looking at in the draft for Patriots? It is a pretty solid roster, minus that hole with Tom Brady retiring. What are some of the other things you might look for in the draft for the Patriots?
Running back's pretty set. I need speed on the outside. Gordon's getting old. He'll probably lose a notch or 2. I'll look for speed. I need a tight end. The book's open for wherever I'm taking, but you can definitely say that I'm going to take a quarterback.
Yeah. So for those of you just tuning in, maybe, and you don't before the Super Bowl, the head coach of the Raiders had to step away, and the assistant head coach T. Hoyt took over. Hoyt is already under contract with the New England Patriots at the end of the year, so he will be moving away from his defensive coordinator position to a head coaching position again. He's already a one-time Super Bowl winner with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so he actually now you are under contract with the Patriots. So this Raiders team is going to be turned back over to Phil, and Phil takes over as Super Bowl champion, but he loses his stud coordinator, T. Hoyt, who's going to New England. You have anything to ask him, Al, before we let him go celebrate with his team?
Oh, man, I'm going to let him get to it, man. He deserves it. It's his Friday night, as he told me. So congratulations again, brother, and I will see you in the AFC East next year.
Appreciate it, Big Al. Can't wait. 2 times a year. Let's make it happen.
Hey, before you leave, man,
You know
this is Alpha, man. If you can't, I've been drinking this, so I do apologize. If you can't be good, man, be good at it.
Say it again.
I said, if you can't be good, man, be good at it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
Here is take her easy, and if she's easy, take her again.
Exactly.
Well, congrats, T. Hoyt, man. Good job. Outstanding season. I look forward to seeing you back as a head coach this year. I think that really, really steps up the competition level in the AFC, and I expect to see you back in the playoffs next year, this time with the Patriots.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, gentlemen. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to go get drunk.
Later, brother.
Later, buddy.
Wow, what a game! So again, fellas, if as we talked before, you just watched if you missed the game, go back and watch it later. It's a phenomenal game. With that being said, the next time we're going to be online, we are going to be on Monday night. What time, Soden?
It's Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. We are going to do the live rookie draft. You do not want to miss this because we have some badass content for you guys, and it's going to be myself, our resident draft guru here at the SBSL, Big Al Ferreira, and then Sean Soden. We will be on the call yet again, and man, it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. Are you guys pumped? It's off season.
I'm extremely pumped, and I love the insight that Big Al provides with
badass.
the huddle and in the draft content. I mean, I'll tell you what, guys, if you want to build a franchise, you want to build a successful franchise through the draft, you better listen to what Big Al has to say because he has the pulse of that NCAA roster.
I cannot wait to hear his insight on these players on Monday. We have something special. Last year's was good, but I feel like this year we have it a little bit more dialed in and we have the roles assigned a little bit better, so there's not going to be 15 people in the chat. However, if you are a coach and you do want to come into the chat on Monday night and talk about your picks and what you think of them, you're more than welcome to. Just let myself or Al or Soda know beforehand so we can get you on the air. But with that being said, do you guys have anything else?
Go Broncos.
That's right. Go Broncos in real life.
Go Patriots real life. Go Broncos.
All right, I'm muting you now.